Hello there, guys. What's going on? Approaching towards midnight. Time is 11:30 in Dhaka, and I have one of my most. Why is the kid screaming every time I try to start a video? I'm not gonna cut this anyway. I'm gonna go let it go spontaneous, right? So I was saying, this is in my journey one of the most important, one of the most significant reviews that I ever wanted to do. And I have a story to tell you. This was one of my wish list, bucket list, whatever you call it. And finally, I have my hands on the legend called M7 by YSL. YSL has a lot of gem fragrances like Lanvin de l'Homme, Kuros, YSL Y. And there are a few other fragrances, the M7, like YSL made Cinema. So they have few more out there as well. So why M7 is significant for me? Let me tell you the story, okay? Then I will review this. This fragrance, since I started my journey, I have made a list of random like 100 or 200 fragrances I always wanted to collect, and I think I've covered about 95% of my desired fragrances in my channel, either collecting or borrowing, like Gucci Purum 1, Gucci Purum 2, but I could never find Gucci Rush. Okay, so that is one in the bucket list. So rare fragrances, like I found Kenzo Air, that was a rare one. So thing is, slowly one by one, like another fragrance, sorry, I have to mention, it was Marc Jacobs Bang. So these are the fragrances thanks to our reviewers, OG reviewers like Robes, 08, Redolessence, Steven, Max Forte. I'm going to take it slow today, okay? And because I really want to talk about this. And I saw them reviewing this that time, like reviewers, this was like a dream time, like Scentland. Yeah, he's talking about jewels at that time, right? Dior jewels. So these are the times I learned a lot about fragrances. I understood fragrance bros. Everybody talked about great fragrance. I always wanted to try it. So finally, after a long intro, this is what I have. Big thanks to Swadhin Bhai. I have asked many community members if they have it. Nobody had it or lent it to me. Finally, we have a bottle of M7. This is a partial bottle. He bought 50 ml, and there's no box. Okay, and this is one legend, was created back in 2001 or 2002, I would like to say, by two master perfumers, Alberto Morias and I think Jacques Cavalier, who made Aqua Purum by Bulgari. So these two gentlemen, two master perfumers, created this. Okay, and there was a huge hype because this was officially the very first oud-based fragrances in designer side by anybody. So this one started the trend. Second, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Like Tom Ford was creative director for, before Tom Ford, he did work for YSL. He worked for, I think, another brand. Who was the creative director for? Anyway, I think Dolce & Gabbana. And I have, oh wait, Gucci. He was working also for Gucci. That time, a lot of great fragrance came out. So I don't know if it's from his era. Okay, so here I would like to show you. There are two modern versions of this from the La Collection line, which are these. I'm going to talk about M7 Oud Absolu, and also have the vintage, like a older version of this, which now very hard to find. So these not same. So when I found it, I wanted to sing. Okay, it's like one of my favorite songs, and only Indians and Bangladeshis will follow, even Pakistanis. There's a song called "Tu Mile Dil Khile Aur Jeene Ko Kya Chahiye." That is the song. That's one of our childhood songs, like we used to listen to. This is like truly, that song means uh, I found you, and then the heart like sort of became happy. And what else do I need to survive or live for, or something, or what is it supposed to be? What else do you need in life? Okay, something like that. I'm very happy. I used to sing. I don't usually sing no more. So this, let's get into this. The packaging is just something else. It's an amber color bottle. You open it, look at the atomizer. It doesn't look like anything from this era. Okay, 20 years back, bottles used to look like awesome at the side, and then here at the back. Okay, there's absolutely nothing. It's just M7. Everybody knows it. It's a 50 ml. There's another one called M7 Fresh or something. I never found it. Okay, so here you go. I'm wearing this on my hand. I don't want to waste so much of the juice. It's on my hand. So let me tell you the notes breakdown on this one. Rosemary, mandarin orange, bergamot, agarwood, vetiver, amber, and musk. So these are the 6, 7, 8 notes on this. So people said this one back in the days, this one more. I just remember I have to show it. Like two brands, they did oud, okay? And the one people know this one very well, but it is very, very expensive now to find, which is Fahrenheit Absolute. Okay, I have some juice left in there, good amount of juice left. This was more dark take on Fahrenheit by Dior. That one also has Oud. These two are like the OGs, right? So when I smell it, man, the experience, the opening blast, the spices, this one, the kick of rosemary definitely has a mandarin orange, which is common with this. There are two notes common between these two, the new Oud Absolu and M7. Uh, Oud M7 Oud Absolu, that one has mandarin orange, patchouli, agarwood, myrrh, and labdanum, which is like a bit leathery texture. So, but on the dry down, this one smells a lot like these two. So if you cannot find this, you can enjoy these two, because these ones are very good too. But in my humble opinion, there are two differences I found out. The opening is just a magical. This is just such a magical opening. It's just hard to describe. There's no fragrance in the market which smells this rich. Okay, current days. I used to say perhaps Arma of Niche Oud was something interpretation of it, but then I realized it's more like Tom Ford Amber Absolute, different fragrance. So I detect spice, and Swadhin Bhai also said he detects a little bit more spicy kick. And the oud in this, it's not really Middle Eastern type of oud. It's an westernized oud, which smells also like leather gloves to me, like this color. You see this color, like a suede of brown suede, and then also the amber. So these three are main players with alongside the spices. They don't mention any spice apart from rosemary, which is an herb perhaps, but I get that kick. The opening is really magical. One thing. Second thing, I would say it lasts longer than the newer counterparts. This one on my skin lasts well over 8 hours in summer, so you can figure out how much this would last in winter. Very big smoke fragrance, very long lasting. But M7 Oud Absolu is not bad. In winter, from the dark bottle, I got about 6 to 7. The transparent bottle, which has my name engraved, thanks to my better half who got it done. This one lasts like 1 hour less, but the experience in the winter is just lovely. So all this food that I'm showing you here, I'm not going to put away Fahrenheit Absolute. It has nothing to do with this, but I feel they are very closely connected. You should perhaps, if possible, collect both. These are the fragrances you can never ever find again, or never will be released, I think. Okay, so that experience is just something that's very masculine. It's dark. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. Nowadays, if you smell this, people who have no clue about past days, they may say like, I smell this DNA in a lot of fragrance, like some of David of Amber blend, leather blend has feel like it. Yeah, perhaps, but that exact same feel, you'll not get it. Like Gucci Purum 1, Gucci Purum 2, or back in the days, these fragrances, like OG fragrances, the old Fahrenheit, old Dior Intense, you'll not really find any exact fragrance like that. Okay, once, let's say, a fragrance like Bentley Foreman Intense is discontinued, hard to find, you'll not find a fragrance as good as that. Let's just be real. So you'll not feel this is the most unique fragrance right now, but I really have respect. This one, for some reason, remind me of Sopranos, okay, that TV serial. I will tell you, like, that is something I keep watching over and over again. I never get bored. I never ever get bored of watching any clips or any episode of Sopranos, because it was so well made. The actors in there, so much better than any mafia movie. Like, with all due respect, I definitely watch some good mafia movies. This one feels like one of those great characters. Okay, maybe Polly would be wearing this, or I don't know, Tony would be wearing this tea. So this is that fragrance. Imagine in the snow, you're wearing any of this fragrance, you're gonna smell so great, like so good. It's gonna really warm you up. It reminds me of Burberry's London kind of warmth, for Christmas. Great fragrance. It's like such a macho fragrance, such a masculine fragrance. Okay, so there you go. That's the fragrance. Imagine like an actor like Val Kilmer. Imagine he's wearing this. Or a cowboy would be wearing this, riding his horse with a saddle and all that. I remember, I imagine all those things about M7. Such a stunning perfume, such a stunning perfume. But I'll tell you one thing: these fragrances are not for people who love sweet, citrusy. If you think, oh, mandarin orange, I like some oranges, oh, it will change. Okay, like you can see on the back, they say the other notes breakdown as well. So that myrrh, like a little bit of smokiness, a little bit of a leather, is not everybody's cup of tea. These are natural fragrances. And Fahrenheit Absolute, you guys know, man, this fragrance is also good. Oud, incense, and then myrrh. Okay, similar pattern. But I'll tell you one thing: try these fragrances if you can. Do not blind buy this. Especially this is going to be super expensive. These two is going to be super expensive. These two are getting expensive as well. So my final verdict on M7 is the fragrance is it a fragrance that worth collecting? I don't know, but to me, because all the sentiments I've talked about, all the years I waited for it, bucket list, it's a special moment. Okay, so I'm not going to rate it, but back in the days, I can see why this was special. Imagine Versace Purom, Polo Blue, all the freshies. Suddenly, boom, there's a oud fragrance. People in West, they welcome this with open hands, right? So all respect for all the OG viewers. Thank you so much for doing everything you did for us and everything I learned from you. May God bless you all. So try this fragrance anytime. If you cannot find this one, try M7 Oud Absolu, the next best thing. The dry downs are pretty similar. Okay, have a nice day. Thanks for watching, and thank you Swadhin Bhai once again for your amazing loan. I will always be grateful. Take care guys, have a nice day. Bye bye.